Hi, Steve here from Post-Processing Mastery, and in this quick video I'm going to show you one way in which you can selectively increase the saturation of one part of your image without affecting the rest. So it's a layer masking technique, but which means I'm showing you an example here where we're going to be boosting the saturation or vibrance, but you can use this on any other type of layer that's got a layer mask. But for this example, like I said, we'll pick vibrance as the adjustment of choice, and we'll start off just by increasing the vibrance slider there to increase the vibrance of the image in its kind of entirety. So we can see if I toggle this off and on, we're affecting the whole image. Now one way that you could go is just to take a brush into the layer mask and kind of restrict this effect to only the sky, just using a brush with brush strokes. This way is a little bit more, well actually it can be a little bit easier, and whilst also being a little bit more accurate. So what we need to do first is just double click on the layer mask icon in the panel over here, and that will open the layer mask properties. And if you're using one of the later versions of Photoshop, then you should see similar options to here. And the one that we're going to pick is color range. And when we do that, what happens is we get the color range tool, which is usually also available under the select menu. But doing it from here, we're actually going to load the result directly into the layer mask of this layer. So just a quick sort of overview of how this all works. We've got two sliders, we've got fuzziness and range. What happens when I move the mouse outside of this window here, it turns into this eyedropper tool. And then if I click with that eyedropper tool in the blues of the water over here, what happens now over here in the preview window is that we've created a selection that's based on that blue which I clicked on. At the moment, the selection also includes blues that are kind of similar to the blue which I originally clicked on. And just how similar the blues are that will be included in that selection, well, that's controlled by this fuzziness slider. If I reduce the slider right down to quite a low value here, you can see that reduces this selection quite significantly. So what we're seeing here, the white part in this window here, that represents the colors that are really only very close to the original blue that I'm clicking on. So here in the water there, we can see it's just a thin strip of that kind of turquoisey color. If I click up here in the whites of the cloud, then same thing, it's just selecting the whites that are very close to that original white that I clicked on. And if I increase the fuzziness, it's going to kind of expand that range to include more colors which aren't quite as white in this case, or if I click over here, not quite as blue. And then the other parameter, this range, this controls like how far away from the original point at which I clicked on in terms of distance that we're going to select. So if I move this right down here, then it's only going to select a very small circle, or it's only going to select the blues within a very small circle from where I originally clicked. So as I move around there, you can see that selection moving around. And then the more I increase the range, the more of the image it's going to kind of cover. So I'll keep this like on a sort of middle-ish value. Start off with the fuzziness on around about 50 will probably do. And for this example, we said, if we remember back to the start of the video, that I want to increase the brightness, or the vibrance, sorry, of the sky. So I'll just click once up here in the sky, and it's done a pretty good job. The stronger the white color in this little window here, the more it's selecting. So it's got quite a lot of the sky there. It's also got a bit too much of the mountains here and this blue in the water. So I'll just reduce the fuzziness to see if we can remove some of that. And yeah, that's probably close enough. So I quite like the selection there. So I'll just click OK. And what happens when I do this is going to take what's in this window here and load that directly into the layer mask of this vibrance layer. So if I toggle this off and on again, you should see now that the adjustment really is only affecting those blues in the sky. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this short video tutorial. If you like shooting landscapes and you want to learn how to put all these individual tips and techniques that you're learning into a structured 6-step Photoshop workflow, then click the download button and I'll send you my free PDF cheat sheet that lays everything out for you step by step.